Hello, my name is Achumboro Ataande. I run a advertising and branding firm from New York. This is a little video about me. So in the future, anybody who wants to go back and learn more about me, learn more about my company, you can go look at this video. I used to run a few companies. My first company was a company called Outcome. We connected skill-based volunteers with nonprofits, so people who wanted to volunteer doing legal work, doing advertising work as a tax preparer, finances, anything with a skill design work. We wanted people to volunteer in actually things they're gifted in or things they want to become gifted in. That was the first company I built. That was interesting, but that really taught me the power of branding. It taught me the power of branding, but financially it didn't go well. Things didn't go well financially, and that also taught me the power of making sure you're branding into a market that has money to spend. Actually, I'm a licensed lawyer in New York, so I went to Vanderbilt, and while I was at Vanderbilt, I audited business classes at Owen. I love that experience. Law is amazing. People ask me, "You're a lawyer, why don't you practice more?" I looked at law as really as a boot camp for life, and I always knew eventually I wanted to run my own company. However, being how I grew up, I didn't really have mentors. I didn't really know the way, and understanding that as a Black person, some people may not like me saying this or not, there's not many opportunities, right? And one thing you have to do in this life is for people to hire you, for people to work with you, they have to have a lot of respect for you. So I viewed law school as a way to gain respect, gain knowledge, gain connections, and even to start off in the legal field so I can get more capital, high-level connections. I actually focused on international mergers and acquisitions, so that was my focus in law school. I still love M&A to this day. Third year, that's the last year of law school. Third year, I went to study abroad in Brazil. I went down there to study in Brazil. I loved it at their law school, and then I audited classes from their business school as well. Brazilian consulate at that time, they weren't being, at least in New York Center, they weren't being too friendly. I had to go back and forth 3 times to get my visa, and I could only ended up getting a student visa. So the issue, Skadden is an American company, and therefore they wouldn't let me work because one, I have to actually have a work visa to work in Brazil, but I couldn't even volunteer there because it's a US based company and they can face fines or other things like that if they're not paying me to work. So I lost out on that opportunity. Skadden's like the #1 M&A firm, and I was really looking forward to. So I lost out on that opportunity, but I was still taking a lot of classes there. And towards, I think about 1 or 2 weeks after, I figured, hey, I'm in Brazil. I've always had a love for Brazil. I'm in Brazil. Why don't I volunteer, right? At least I can volunteer, help out. There's a lot of things here that can be improved anywhere in the world, but there's a lot of things that can be improved. So I said, let me go try to find a nonprofit to volunteer with, and I can help out for my time in Brazil. I was scheduled to be in Brazil 4 to 6 months, right, about half a year. Another one of my friends, she went to Duke. Her name's Celeste, amazing person. She actually has a pilot license right now. She works for White & Case, which is one of the best law firms in the world. Or she used to work there, excuse me. Sorry, Celeste. She used to work at White & Case. She transferred to another law firm. I forget the name of the law firm. But she's amazing, brilliant person. So she had a work visa. She was able to do a full associate program at one of the law firms down in Brazil and in Sao Paulo. So she also wanted to volunteer as well. So I was looking, but I couldn't find any opportunities. I thought that was frustrating because I know in a country such as Brazil where so many people need help and things are going this, how come we can't find opportunities? When I get frustrated, I try to solve the problem myself. So I was getting frustrated and I said, you know what, if I'm complaining about it, why don't I build it, right? Other people must have the same issue. That's where the idea from Outcome came out of. And I'll share a bit more about that in a future video, but that was the first company. That's the first company that I really did for a while and put a lot of money into and built that up and put a lot of time into. So that's a bit of my background story. I'll follow up with some more videos about my background and who I am so we can get to know each other better. But thank you for tuning in. This is Ataande Business Media. I have some videos on advertising, branding. Check them out. I have this elements of a great ad that you have to have, the 3 elements that you must have in any ad or anything you do. So you can check out that video there. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. And I can't wait to tell you a little bit more about me. Feel free to ask questions. All right.